Can you guess my number one Agatha Christie mystery? Odds are I think you can. We probably have the same favorite, but you'll find out today as I count down my top 6 Agatha Christie novels. I think each book on the list is a masterclass in suspense, unforgettable characters, and really great settings. Number 6 on my list is A Murder is Announced. This is set in a very cutesy, tranquil village, and we see a curious newspaper ad appears announcing a murder at a certain place, on a certain day, at a certain time. Now, guests start to arrive to the location to find the lights truly go out and a real body lands on the floor. So we see amateur sleuth, my girl, Miss Marple, step in to unravel how this harmless prank became a deadly trap. I think this one stands out because it blends the classic whodunits with warm, small town charm. And that clever newspaper announcement is a hook from page 1. Number 5 on the list is the very first Agatha Christie I ever read, and that is The Body in the Library. So, like the title suggests, we see the body of a mysterious young woman appear in the library of this very well-to-do family. Of course, the local police are called and they are baffled, but then enters my girl, Miss Marple, who uses her knowledge of village gossip and also human nature to expose the truth behind this apparently random death. Now, I think this book stands out because it's pure cozy mystery gold. It has a great setting. It has lots of social commentary, local town gossip, but also an ending you won't see coming. Now, for book 4 on my list, we're shifting gears. Now we're getting into the Poirot books. And book 4 is The ABC Murders. Now, I love this one because I enjoyed seeing a killer taunt Poirot with the letters signed ABC and announcing murders in alphabetical order. So I find that very interesting. This is quite a methodical murder. And some of the key themes that really will draw you in is like the patterns and the obsession, because the killer's fixation on order versus Poirot, who's more like, psychologically thinking. I think this novel stands out because Christie flips the usual puzzle on its head by making the chronology A to Z. I think it's taut. It's very high stakes, and you're going to want to race through this one to discover who done it. So ultimately, it will become a read you'll devour. Book 3 on the list is A Murder of Roger Ackroyd. Now, this is set in a sleepy village, and we have the wealthy Roger Ackroyd, who's found dead in his study. Now, at this point, Poirot is retired. However, he lives nearby. So he's drawn into this investigation, and what he uncovers really shatters every convention, I feel, of the mystery genre. Christie really shatters who is narrating the story. Why are they telling us the story? And can we trust them? Assumption. And I think that is one of mystery's greatest twists. Another theme is Christie's favorite, justice. Like, who deserves justice and also at what cost? This is the novel that reinvented the detective story with its daring narrative twist. I think it's a landmark of mystery writing that still shocks readers today, even me. So I think for that reason, it had to be on the list, and it comes in at number 3. Now, if you want a cinematic read, lights, camera, action, locked room, we are stuck here vibes, you have to read Murder on the Orient Express. Watching the adaptation doesn't count. You have to read this one. So this one is set on a lavish European train ride that turns lethal. Someone is dead in their compartment. There's also a snowstorm blocking any escape. Poirot is on board and we see him interviewing all the suspects, each passenger, by the way, suspect, but also each hiding a secret. And each of them are capable, or they have reason to, let's say, want to commit murder. Now, the themes in this one that really shines through is the collective guilt versus the individual justice. Because when every suspect has a motive, like, how do you find the truth? And also, I love the setting, the glorious, brilliant Orient Express. It becomes a gilded cage. It's like a trap. The setting, again, while we need setting in novels, it also becomes like a character in a way because it plays a pivotal role in this whole thing. Now, again, I think this one stands out because we get the lights, camera, action. This is Christie at her most cinematic. The atmosphere is rich, the characters unforgettable, and that ending will make you question everything you think you know about right and wrong. And number 1 on my list is the queen of locked room thrillers. The book that once I read it, I couldn't unread it. I wish I could read this book again for the first time. It's brilliant. And then there were none. 10 strangers, each have a secret, each led to this remote island. They have no way of getting off, and one by one, they die. In accordance to a sinister nursery rhyme. You see what I'm saying? Then we have paranoia spiraling the survivors, and they must uncover amongst themselves who is the murderer? Who's doing all of this? Who set us all up? Who brought us here? It's insane. The themes is the retribution and the conscious. Every victim has some past sins. They have something they're hiding, and now they're facing judgment for it. And then we also see being isolated as a catalyst. The island itself is a character, and being stranded there, you really see the facades really start to crumble. Everything about these people changes. So it doesn't matter who they were in the outside world. On this island, it all starts to crumble. And I think this one stands out, and this one had to be number one because it is the ultimate locked room thriller. Every chapter just tightens the rope. There's nowhere to run. There's nowhere to hide. There's no guarantee of justice. It's just mind-blowingly brilliant. Again, I think this was the book that really set the stage, that set the template, that set the outline for locked room thrillers and creating that dread and that suspense. So there you have it, my top 6 Agatha Christie's. But before we go, I want to share some recommendations from this top 6 by mood and preference. So if you are craving a cozy chit chat with a clever twist, I highly recommend starting with The Body in the Library. Or you can try A Murder is Announced. If you want a more mind-bending puzzle, consider The ABC Murders or The Murder of Roger Ackroyd. Now, if you want that edge of your seat suspense, Nothing tops And Then There Were None. And if you're looking for a more glamorous backdrop, get a ticket to Murder on the Orient Express. Now, I would love to hear from you, so share your favorite Agatha Christie novels in the comments. Also share your ranking. What is your top 5, top 6, or top 10 Agatha Christie books? Please share your thoughts and your recommendations in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Now, if you're new to Christie, I highly recommend you watching my first video in the series. I'll include a link in the video's description, but I share different entry points into Christie's world. I also have a deep dive on Agatha Christie and her books and what they have in common, the theme, signature style, deep dives, plus more. But if you have any questions, feel free to pop them in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Now, if you haven't already, now's a great time to like the video, share the video, tell a friend about these author series we're doing here on the channel. And if you have an author you'd like me to cover as well, please share your recommendations in the comments. I'll add them to the list. I'll read the books and I'll circle back with recommendations. But also subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're the first to know what's new when I go live and when new videos are uploaded. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.